Hi, everybody. Welcome to the To Be Really Honest show with Peyton, myself, Bo Sox, apparently is my new name, and Parker. Yesterday, we posted some tweets. We tagged Joe Davis, and he responded. He responded to Parker, and he said, I'd be happy to read a bedtime story for you. Obviously, I wasn't very excited about it.
I was excited.
I was excited that he responded, but I wasn't excited that you wanted him to read a bedtime story to you. I felt like that was a little childish in my book.
You've heard his voice, right?
I have, yes, multiple times.
It's magical.
Yeah, it's a good broadcasting voice, but I just have a message for Joe Davis. Are we ready?
Okay. Sure.
Ready?
So I wore my Red Sox. I have a name, Joe Davis. My name's Connor. So maybe next time we can work on that. But if you want to come on the show and discuss your bedtimes or your barbecuing or the Dodgers or anything, feel free to come on. But it's not cool if you just say Bo Sox. I have a name. I know your name. Now you know my name. Just some civility would be nice. That's all I'm asking for. If you want to come on the show, have a little discussion, a little debate, I'm here. The other boys are here. We'd love to have you on. You can bring Oral on too. Big fan of that. We'd love to have you on. Okay? That's all I got for you.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right. Just had to get it out. I see.
Yeah, he came at me. He's like, why does Bo Sox not like that idea? I was like, well, first off, Joe Davis, I have a name.
Well, how does he know that?
Because
his name could be Bo.
It's not. It's
Bo
not.
Jackson.
Last name Sox.
Yeah.
But my name is in the corner of the screen.
I don't think it came up. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Could we get betting odds of this actually working?
I like it at 8-1.
8-1? Jesus.
Jeez,
yeah, I like it at 8-1. It's probably about like the chances. We'll say Green Bay wins the Super Bowl, somewhere around there.
Of Joe Davis coming on the show.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right.
What do you
I'm
got?
like 50-1.
50-1.
Sounds confident.
Fair enough.
All right, let's kick this stuff off. And then,
all right, I'm ready.
Enough of this. All right, so as many people have here, there's a good chance that LA sports may not be happening, may not be fans this year, and at any games, there might not be games in the whole county at all. So this includes the Rams, Chargers, Dodgers, Lakers, Kings, if you want to count the Clippers, UCLA and USC.
LAFC.
The Clippers.
LAFC, yep, and the Galaxy. So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on not only everything happening, but where these teams could play if that were to happen? Connor, you want to start it off for Parker? Parker, go for it.
Could be a tough year for the LA faithful. I don't know. Us die-hard sports fans. I personally love going to games. Connor, I know he's not an LA sports fan, but he likes going to games. And then a couple months ago, we were all planning on going to a game in May. Obviously, that's not going to happen anymore. So, I don't know. I can't say I love the atmosphere, but it's always exciting, and it's going to be really different this year. So, it's tough. But, yeah.
Connor?
Well, just I was just starting off with basketball. I think that it's a little because the season's pretty much almost over, and both teams are going to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand. I get it. Like you don't want to spread the disease, but they're almost done. So let them play, and don't have fans. Which obviously LeBron doesn't want to play or whatever. But just the basketball, the season's almost over.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the NHL. I don't know. They were midway through or something like that.
Yeah, NHL's about where the NBA was.
Yeah, so they're right there too. So the Kings and the Ducks, but they're in Orange County.
Yep.
But it might be a statewide thing.
Yeah, that remains to be seen if it's going to be statewide, if it's going to apply to other counties. And
then football, they haven't started yet. So based on what this Dr. Fauci guy is saying, we could be back by the time football season is supposed to swing around. And so and now it becomes like a state's thing. It's like, well, are they going to let them play, or are we just going to say, screw it, we're going on our own thing?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I think might be a little early. I know there's nothing official that's saying that, but especially when you look at something like football, that's months down the line.
Yeah.
It just seems a little early, but I do think it's funny. So say the Rams and the Chargers, they're supposed to move into a new stadium, and say they have to play elsewhere in the state. How funny would it be if the Chargers have to play games in San Diego this year?
That, you know what? That's a great point, because the Q is probably one of the worst stadiums I've ever been to. But
Me as well.
It's still a great
Venue.
Yeah, because
Weather.
San Diego weather, it's God's country on it. San Diego has been through so much of teams leaving, where it's like their most popular team is like a minor league hockey team down there. It's not the Padres. Let's be real. So it's like it's the minor league hockey team that's like the number one sport down there. So if the Chargers were to come back, and if they changed their name back to the San Diego Chargers just for that year,
it would be pretty cool. I'll give you credit for that. Even though the citizens of that city hate that ownership, it would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a farewell tour, where you'd be like, hey, we're not coming back, but thank you for what you've given us. You've been a great fan base, especially down there in San Diego.
Yeah.
My dad was a Chargers fan, and now he's no longer a Chargers fan because they moved.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing. So
yeah, and then some other teams that could move that I was thinking about. So the Rams have played at Angel Stadium in the past in their first stint in L.A. So that's always a possibility if Orange County doesn't get moved. Hockey might be the toughest, considering California teams seem to be in kind of the hot spots. So I think maybe the Kings would either go with the Ducks and share, or they would have to go to Vegas and share. That it really seems like the only thing that would work in terms of hockey.
Can they go up to San Jose?
What I assume will happen is if there's no sports in L.A. County, I don't know if San Jose is San Francisco County or not.
I don't know. I think they're their own county, actually. I think there's a San Jose County.
It would seem to me that both of those would probably be similar in terms of L.A. and San Francisco.
Is there
an
arena in San Diego?
Yeah, the minor league hockey team. So, they could go play down there. Yeah.
The one that's really getting screwed per usual is probably the Dodgers. They're kind of just out in the dark. If they're not going to play at Dodger Stadium, Angel Stadium would be hard to play in.
They could play at their minor league stadiums.
Yeah, they could. That's a good point. They could play in Oklahoma City. That's a good call. I didn't think of that.
Is Rancho Cucamonga? That's not
or
LA.
that.
They have Rancho Cucamonga, or you could go play in
Lancaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Lakers and Clippers. I agree with what Connor said. So I have this drastic kind of idea that I think the NBA should do, and they should maybe experiment with it this year. Is so if you do the playoffs without any fans like that and stuff, this is a big what if possibility. But I've always thought that the potential of having the finals in a 7-game series, how in March Madness they'll make the Final Four in one of those big domed arenas.
Yeah.
I think if you made that with the NBA Finals at a neutral site in the future at some point, it would almost make it like the Super Bowl. I think that would be a really cool idea. Not saying they should do that this year, but the neutral site thing I think would be kind of a cool idea for the NBA. Just a thought.
It's an interesting thought. Basketball, like I've said before in earlier shows, basketball is kind of like the most fan-oriented sport, I'd say. Where how close you are to the action. Baseball.
Stuff.
Yeah, so baseball, you're there, but you're not. You watch the game. Not a lot of people are yelling at players. There are a select few, and same with football. Football, you're so far away from the game. You can't really hear individual voices. There are some that break through, but basketball, you're right there, and crowd brings so much into the game. Or with just even in college basketball with the student sections and all that stuff. But you can gain so much energy and momentum off the crowd. if you get going. Say someone hits a big three or has a big dunk, like that's a big thing. So I mean, if you don't have your hometown crowd there, you might not get energized, and that might be a big factor.
But also,
Yeah.
like the Final Four, they're one game like series, where like I don't know, it's exciting because it's just one game. It really matters. And so they could sell out like a football stadium with that stuff. But NBA they play in what like 20,000 like capacity of
Yeah,
like
usually around there.
people. I don't know if you can consistently sell out a like a football
true.
arena
That's true.
for 7 games.
Especially if you're getting some lower markets. Like say Lakers Celtics played, probably every game selling out. But you're right. If it's say Bucks versus Suns, then I struggle a little bit. So end of the conversation on that one, per usual. Dodgers and Lakers get screwed.
Wow.
Yep.
They did the voicing again.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Was it loud?
It was so loud.
God, I'm not even like I'm just sitting here.
I
All
think
right.
it just spazzes out, and it's real loud too.
It happens
Right now it is too?
in us also.
No, you're fine now.
Okay. We'll transition into our second topic then. We were talking about yesterday who's the best player in Major League Baseball that is not in the Hall of Fame. All time or within the past 50 years is what we'll go with for this conversation. So if anyone wants to start, you can go ahead.
Parker Drummond.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really keep track of who's in the Hall of Fame, who's not.
That's fair.
Based off of numbers, I'd say Alex Rodriguez, but with PEDs, I don't know, was it HGH or something like that? I don't know. Gonna say no. So yeah, I really don't know.
Okay.
All right, I'll take it on this one. So I did a little research. The most notable one that's probably not in the Hall of Fame comes to mind is Don Mattingly. I'll read off some statistics. 307 batting average, 222 home runs, 1,099 RBI, 6-time All-Star, 9-time Gold Glove winner. Has his number retired, but he never won a World Series or made a World Series with the Yankees, which seems to be what held him back. And then
his numbers retired.
What's that?
His numbers retired.
Yeah, I looked at that and was surprised too, but his number 23 is retired.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then the pitcher-wise, even though he's kind of a fool, Kurt Schilling kind of seems like an obvious Hall of Famer. One of the great postseason pitchers of all time. 2.23 postseason ERA. He's 15th all-time in strikeouts. He has a 3.46 ERA, but it's still not. That's not glaring enough to keep him out of the Hall of Fame. And he has 216 wins. So to me, he seems like obvious. I'm not saying he's not a fool, but he should be in at some point. What do you got, Connor?
It's gonna be a mind burner for you, but I got Bonds.
Oh,
yeah,
it's like taking a turn.
If you look at his statistics on the Pirates, he was good on the Pirates. He won MVPs on the Pirates.
And he was skinny.
And then, when he went to the Giants, he was skinny, and then he started to bulk up a little bit. Nobody knows exactly when he started.
Yeah.
I would say. So
Still
it's hard.
Cheater.
Yes. I would say that year that he hit those home runs, I wouldn't count that year. I feel like that's a fair statement.
Then going off what Parker said, what about A-Rod? Because I do think if there's one steroid user that's a Hall of Famer, it should be A-Rod.
Yeah.
Well, because he was good in Seattle and Texas.
Yes.
And
came clean.
And he came clean, sure.
Yeah, I think that's the separator in that. But what about Roger Clemens?
That was my next guy. Clemens was dominant in Boston and
everywhere.
Everywhere, pretty much where he pitched. And then he came out and got caught. But that was later in his career because he wanted to keep playing. I feel like that's why he did it.
Yeah.
But early on in his career, when he was in his prime, I'd say He's a Hall of Fame pitcher.
Well, he's one of the best pitchers of all time in his prime.
There you go.
I don't even think it's close. But so I looked at a few other ones that I thought was weird that they weren't in. Will Clark, former Giant, is not in the Hall of Fame. Steve Garvey, former Dodger, is not in the Hall of Fame. Omar Vizquel, also not there. I think he could be at some point. I think he's still on the ballot. Oral Hershiser, Roger Maris, Dale Murphy.
Really?
Yeah. And then the glaring one, obviously, Pete Rose. I think we all
that's tough because like his cheating didn't affect his playing.
Correct.
Didn't cheat.
So yeah, it's still cheating.
How is that cheating?
It's not necessarily cheating.
I mean, it's betting. So like,
It's not like he cheated. Like, it's not like he purposely lost.
Correct.
Like, he tried to win and then he ended up winning.
no. Okay, well, I didn't know if he was like betting against his team and throwing it and stuff like that, but
I bet
yeah.
forced him.
So in that case, that doesn't affect his playing at all. So you like obviously lots of hits. And yeah, he should be in there.
Yeah, there's one more on this list that I forgot to mention. He's got some ties with me and Connor, but Fred McGriff. Not in the Hall of Fame.
No offense to Fred McGriff, okay? But your guy in 2017, the show, friend of the show, Zane Christie had him on. Oh, my God. The fool, like, he refused. He would come off the bench and he'd hit a bomb every time.
He's basically Babe Ruth.
It was so annoying. Like, it was the worst. But, I mean, based off that, I think Fred McGriff should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I was a little surprised on him and Will Clark. I knew Garvey wasn't in, but Will Clark and McGriff I actually thought were. So with that, we'll go from steroid users to some of our least favorite athletes in history. You can take this however you want based off steroid users, any sport, but choose 3 athletes that you cannot stand. Either you can start.
I will start.
So
it's going to be Aubrey Huff, number 1.
Okay.
I mean, that guy's
that's fair.
worst. I don't know how you could be a worse guy. Like, it's not like on the field, he was all right. Off the field, he's the worst.
Not the best.
Far from the best. There's Aubrey Huff, number 1, 50 feet of crap. And then it's the others are just going to be current players. I'm going to go with Carlos Correa. This entire offseason has made me hate him so much. He's the worst also. And then it's a tough race between Manny Machado and Bryce Harper. I'm
a little surprised at Machado.
I like Manny Machado, and then he came to the Dodgers, and then actually his whole thing with the A's really bothered me. That was the most like prima donna thing ever. He tagged him too hard, so he threw his helmet at him. I don't know. That just rubbed me the wrong way. And then he started to get on my good side again, and then the Dodgers traded for him. Then I was pumped, and then he didn't do anything. He had a couple home runs, but he really didn't do much. He said running wasn't his thing. And then I'm pretty sure the only time I've ever seen him like run was Cody Bellinger's walk-off in the NLDS. He scored from second on a single, so good for him. But Bryce Harper also used to be on my good side. I just think he's like super good. Then he just gets this like $330 million contract, and he doesn't deserve it.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't probably.
Like, you're gonna look at me with a straight face and tell me that he deserves $330 million.
Absolutely.
Not at all.
Yeah, I can straight
Not at all. I just feel like that's a joke of a contract. And yeah, he's a good player. I'll admit it. He's not a $330 million player.
All right, I'll take the wheel on this one. So originally I had 2 players, but I'll remove them from my list based off just I hate them, but I recognize them. So Tom Brady, ultimate rival.
Goat.
Yeah, it's hard. I can't really have him on my least favorite athletes list because I still know he's the GOAT. I mean, I dislike him, but I will say when he retires one day, it will suck because you won't have anyone to root against. It's just how I am with Tom. I wouldn't say the word hate with Tom Brady. I like when my teams compete against, or my team competes against him, but he's not my favorite. My other one, despise him, but Madison Bumgarner. No
Good
matter
pick.
how much I dislike him, he's going to be a Hall of Famer one day. He deserves it. He's one of the best postseason pitchers of all time, if not the best. I don't know. He's close up there, so I'll discontinue him. Number 3, I'll start with Paul Pierce.
Oh, the truth?
My least favorite
Oh, what
Celtic
is that
ever.
about?
He's overrated. He's annoying. One of my favorite Laker moments of recent history was when he was doing a broadcast outside Staples Center and Laker fans were trying a wheelchair at him. That's just amazing. He's overrated. He was probably the 4th best player in the 2010 Lakers Celtics series.
Oh, 2010. Okay.
2010. 2008, I believe. No, is him or KG the finals MVP?
KG.
Yeah, well, KG is respectable. Even though he's a Celtic, he's one of the more respected ones. So Paul Pierce, just annoying all around. Number 2, we'll go with Floyd Mayweather. Because I want to know who actually likes Mayweather. He's horrible.
I don't know a lot of people that do, actually. That's a good point.
He's the worst. He has the worst fights. He's the worst human. He dances in the ring. There's just nothing to like about him. He's annoying in press conferences. His logo, the money team's lame. Floyd's one of the lamer boxers. I don't deny that he's one of the legends, but he's just the worst. But number 1, and it's not even close because this man is the worst athlete. He's the worst quarterback I've ever seen play on my team, but Jay Cutler is the worst player to ever suit up in the NFL. Jay Cutler is an absolute joke. He's been a former Bronco, was terrible. He's been a former Bear, was terrible, and he could care less about both.
In all due respect to Jay Cutler, he played for the Bears. And, I mean, I'm not trying to hate on the Bears. Well, I am trying to hate on the Bears. The Bears' track record with quarterbacks is not very good over the past – their past 3 quarterbacks haven't been good. So.
Yeah, but he also had Alshon Jeffrey, Matt Forte, and Brandon Marshall on the same team once.
And he couldn't win,
He's garbage. He throws with his eyes closed. He's simply in it for the money.
Riding on the bike in the NFC Championship game.
Yep, riding on the bike. He doesn't care. He's emotionless. I remember he got in an argument with Philip Rivers as a Bronco in the middle of the game. They were yelling at each other walking off the sidelines.
Philip got the better of that exchange.
Yeah, Cutler is the worst, and it's not even close. I had alternates as Aaron Rodgers because he's just
Aaron Rodgers is a hero.
I like watching Aaron Rodgers play, but that man is just – he's something else. And then shout out to our friend Kyle Ide, but he's also a Kyle Busch hater. So I thought I'd mention him. Because I also don't like him.
You named like eight athletes. We were only supposed to pick 3. You named like 8.
Well, Cutler, Mayweather, Paul Pierce.
Your top 3, but you named like 4 others.
I said alternates.
Yeah, you're allowed to have alternates.
All right, fine, whatever. I'll just start from number 3. My third. It's got to be Alex Rodriguez. Yeah, you saw it coming, but at 3 though, it's up there. He's just a buffoon. I mean, he did the steroids. Which, like, I don't know, like, that's not good. And then with the slap thing in 2004, he looked like a child at second base, where he's got his hands on his head. he looks like an absolute child. So I can't respect a man that looks like a child, cheats, and is just an utter buffoon at all times. Okay? Like, have you seen that he does TikToks now?
Yeah, A-Rod, I don't hate him, but he's A-Rod. I mean, he's kind of a fool.
Number 2, it's got to be Kyle Seager. I freaking hate that guy.
Kyle Seager?
Kyle Seager.
Wow.
The reason I hate Corey Seager is because of Kyle Seager. You guys didn't know that?
Yeah, I am aware of this.
Okay, so in 2017, the show, okay, I come up in my rookie season road to the show. Connor Mullen, switch hitter for the.
You can't base your decision based off of
a
video
telling a
game.
story. Telling a story. Okay, I hit 172 home runs in a half a season with 300 RBIs. You know who beat me out for MVP? Kyle Seager beat me out for MVP. I was so mad I didn't play the game for 2 months. How do I know? I hit 172 home runs and I didn't win MVP. Are you kidding me? I don't think you guys understand. I hit 560. 560 and I didn't win MVP?
Yeah, I haven't heard that story in a long time. I kind of forgot about that, but that one is ridiculous.
So that's why I hate Kyle Seager and that's why I hate Corey Seager. Because, it's just hate by association. That's what I got for you.
Who's number one?
Number 1? Or run out of time. We got 10 minutes. Number 1. That's a tough one. I'd have to go with Ray Rice. Now, let me explain.
I know why.
Okay. You know why, but the people at home don't know. I bet you Parker doesn't know either. Terrible human being off the field. Okay, terrible human being. He hit his girlfriend, whatever. So bad, not good by any means. And then I don't even know what year it was. Whatever year.
I think like 2011, if we're talking about the same thing.
Sure. The Chargers, Bolts. I was a big fan as a kid. Growing up, was a big Charger fan. They're playing the Ravens. Okay, it's 4th and 22. 4th and 22. They throw a screen pass. They're up by I don't even know, 7. So we get the ball back. We can come down and score the game. So they're 4th and 22, and they go for it for some reason. And they throw a screen pass, and he gets the first down. What? That is it. It was ridiculous. And it was stupid Joe Flacco just flipping it out there. And that image is burned into my memory of Ray Rice getting the first down. I said, I can't be a Charger fan if we're going to let up 4th and 22 to Ray Rice. I just can't do it. I'm sorry.
And not only that, the spot is completely wrong in that play. He's way short.
There you go. See, that's why. Ray Rice is the buffoon. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's defending Ray Rice.
No. You can't defend Ray Rice.
All right, you want to transition to our next topic?
Yeah, it's the breaking down the potential. Yeah. So we're going to break down the potential Odell Beckham Jr. trade that would send him and a 7th-round pick to Minnesota for a 2nd and a 5th-round pick, the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be short and sweet. I don't care. The Vikings, he adds a different element that they lost when Diggs left, but whatever. It's not like Kirk Cousins can throw to him very well, so.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins has good history with you as well. I'm surprised he wasn't on your list.
Yeah, he was 4th up there. Kirk Cousins, I hate that guy too. It cost me $200.
Yep.
Just disappeared.
He's a magician. But I think so there's been mixed things about this trade if it's actually going to happen or not. People are saying today that it's no longer going to happen. Some are saying that it still could. If I'm the Browns, I actually don't mind this trade at all. I mean, I like Odell a lot and stuff, but it seemed to me like the Browns and Baker last year was forcing the ball to Odell a lot compared to his rookie year. I don't think many people are going to say Jarvis Landry is better than Odell, but you could always say that there's an addition by subtraction by moving Odell. Even though I like him, I do think he can be better on a team like Minnesota where he's kind of the clear number 1 receiver and Thielen would be the 2. And from Minnesota's perspective too, I don't even think they believe in Kirk Cousins. So why not just surround? I wouldn't either, but why not just surround him with as many good players on the outside as they can? Because Dalvin Cook's good at running back, and then Thielen's good. So adding Odell for a second and a fifth is a little heavy considering it's a good receiver class. But I don't hate it for either side.
Well, I mean, they can just draft the guy. I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
I mean, like you said, it's such a rich wide receiver draft. Like they can draft anybody.
So if Odell doesn't get moved to the Vikings, where could you see him? Because I have one that comes to mind immediately.
Not the Jets.
Not the Jets?
Yeah, were you going to say the Jets?
I actually could see him with the Jets, yeah. That's not who I was going to say, but I actually don't mind the Jets as a place.
Yeah, because the Jets stink. So if he went to the Jets, that's where his career would die. Okay, so
that's harsh.
If your franchise is known for a butt fumble, you can't be respected as an NFL franchise. I'm sorry. That's how I feel about the Jets.
Parker, where do you think Odell could go?
Anywhere, I don't.
What about Green Bay? I think he could go to Green Bay, maybe.
Go Green Bay. Sure. Maybe Tom's talking to the Buccaneers saying, "Give me a receiver."
They would be ridiculous with
Odell. That would be so bad.
The one place I think Odell's perfect for, he has to play there at some point in his career.
Don't say New England.
No. He's going to be a perfect Raider one day. He was born to play for the Raiders in Vegas. He seems like the kind of receiver that Gruden would love. If Derek Carr's still around by the time he's in Vegas, then I don't know if there's a chance of that, but Odell would significantly help the Raiders a lot. Just imagine an offense where Odell's your number one receiver on the outside and Josh Jacobs is your running back. That's really good.
And what about what's his face? The white kid.
Oh, Renfro? Yeah, he's good too.
Yeah, he's good, yeah.
And they still have Tyrell Williams, former Charger, and Waller, the tight end.
Yeah, he's good.
And I know the Raiders have a lot of draft capital coming up in this class, so I just feel like they're the perfect team for Odell. He would be their star immediately for that team, and Vegas would love him.
Yeah.
Raider fans they'd say they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, they say that every year. So
Exactly. All right, we have 4 minutes left. Do we want to cut it off before we go to the next topic?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Roger that. Are you just saying it again?
Yeah, he just left quick.
Right after our short intermission, we're back. Talking about best jerseys throughout, I guess, all sports. I'm going to stick with MLB because
why not?
Who wants to start it?
I'll go.
Carney.
Gotta go hometown team, powder blue, Bolts uniform. It's arguably that uniform. They're coming out with new ones, and powder blue isn't on there. I mean, what are we doing here?
It'll be there.
Powder blue Chargers uniforms have been classic since their inception. Yeah, you heard it here first. I'm gonna go sleeper pick here. FC Barcelona.
Wow, that is a sleeper pick, but I actually kind of agree.
Has some like the blue and red striped one.
Yeah, that one. That is a good jersey.
That one's dope. I'm a big fan of that one. So that's 2. Number 3, got to go with the Red Sox. It's classy. It's a classy look with the piping and then the letters. It's great. It's great stuff.
Home or away?
The home ones.
Okay.
Because the away ones change every other couple years.
I like the Red Sox blue ones, actually.
The blue ones. The red ones are cool, too. The red home ones.
Mm.
They have a spring training one that comes out because they put on St. Patrick's Day, and that's a big thing in Boston. So they have like green uniforms and the green hat that I wear.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, fair. Parker, you want to go or you want me to?
You can go.
All right, so Connor mentioned the best uniform in professional sports, the Chargers powder blues already. Those are just unbeatable. So for the NFL, I'll go with the Dolphins throwbacks. Both home and away. They're both just immaculate uniforms. That the aqua pops and the orange pops either way.
Yeah.
I love when they wear them. The Steelers were close. All Steeler uniforms are just awesome. But I'll give the edge to the Dolphins. The NBA is tough because there's a lot of cool throwback ones. The Raptors are the clear one.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone always says the Raptors purples. I can't deny that, but I will say the 76ers Iverson era, those black ones are very nice.
With the star underneath.
Yes, I like those jerseys a lot. I like the Jazz throwbacks a lot with the mountain, the purple mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then baseball was the toughest for me. Like, I feel like you can be cliche and go Yankee pinstripes or Dodger home, but
But you're not gonna do that.
no, but I'm not gonna do that. I'll go with a tie between the Rockies purple and the A's throwbacks. I love the A's throwbacks. Those are those, yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, so do I. And then
the all greens or the all yellow?
Yeah, it's
the lighter green ones.
Don't they wear them on Sundays?
I believe so.
Lighter green. I can find a picture.
Yeah, the A's have good uniforms in general. I like them a lot. And then the Rockies have good uniforms too. Their vests are cool, but I'll take the purples.
Well, I can guess one of Parker's uniforms. I know what he's gonna pick.
What's he gonna pick?
He's gonna go Mariners cream uniforms, and then wait, the Phillies baby blue uniforms or the Braves.
Okay, so you cannot get cleaner than the Mariners off whites.
No, it's true. It's their.
They are cool.
Like, I say not the best in all sports, but it's up there. Those are pretty.
I like those.
Yeah. Recognizability, I think, is like last episode or the one before we established it's the Yankees. But I like the Dodgers here. I mean, maybe it's just because I like the Dodgers. Is why I like seeing their uniforms so much. But those are nice uniforms. They're clean. They're recognizable. Simple. I got a new little Nike patch, so that's Number 3, I'm gonna a little bit of an oddball here, but you kind of got close to it. But the UNC baseball. Powder blues.
Yeah. Okay. That's not bad.
I'm a big fan of off whites. Love those in like college baseball, but we're going with the powder blues here because those are just nice. Yeah, I've always liked UNC. Like any sport, their colors are always nice.
Fair. One that comes to mind with college, not necessarily their jerseys because I can't picture them, but a color scheme of college that I love. Your future college, Fullerton. I am a big fan of their color scheme. I think it's clean.
I'm in a navy blue phase right now. I don't know why, but like my laptop case is now navy blue. Gonna get a navy blue one of these. Mm-hmm. It's a nice color combo. The orange complements the navy blue pretty well. Yeah.
Fair. Mig, do you have a favorite color rush uniform in the NFL?
The Titans is classic.
Really?
I like those, or not the Finns, the Ravens. The Ravens one's pretty cool.
The all purples. Yeah, I like the Steelers all black, like I kind of mentioned before. All the uniforms are good, and then I don't mind the Bills all reds actually.
Really?
You don't see a whole lot of red on football fields.
No, because like the Patriots uniform, all color rush uniforms are all blue, right?
Those are lame. They look like the Texans.
Yeah, come on.
These are the A's.
Yeah, those are
nice.
Those are nice with the socks too and everything.
Yeah, we had those stirrups.
Yeah,
we did.
They're nice.
I'm a big fan of those. But Parker, any basketball jerseys come to mind?
Basketball, okay. I like I think it's Milwaukee or something, the like Cream City. It says, I hate how it says Cream City. Kind of weird. But
off white again.
Yeah, off white.
The color's cool.
There were other ones. I just forgot. I think it might be the 76ers. They're like newer ones.
They have an off-white. If you're a big fan of off-white, they do have one like that.
They have an off-white. I'm there. Yeah.
Lakers homes, the gold, even though they look more yellow now.
Recognizable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Heat uniforms.
Oh yeah, Heat always have good uniforms every year. Every year they drop a new one and they're awesome.
Yeah. I like the black one better than the blue one though.
Yeah, I agree with that. The blue one's still cool, but the black one made the other colors pop.
The blue one's a little too much for me.
Yeah,
It's like
Flash with the blue and the pink.
yeah.
I remember back in the LeBron Heat days, they had
the
an
all black.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great jersey.
Yeah.
All right, you want to transition us?
It's our last one here. Name the most quotable TV show and film in your opinion. We already know Parker's.
Well, okay. TV show The Office, film Wayne's World.
I can't
Except-
argue with that.
I immediately in the year after I watched Wayne's World, that's the only thing I ever quoted. Every single conversation I've thrown a couple
It's true.
lines. It's funny. It's quotable stuff. But quotable, probably maybe Forrest Gump.
That's a good one.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, thank you.
Any
My
alternate
mama
TV
say-
shows?
I'm not coming up with any right now. They're definitely yeah, but for right now, just The Office.
If you think of it, then spit it out.
I will.
All right, Connor, you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start with TV shows. Parker's right about The Office. One, I'll mention a few here, but the one that I probably quote every single day of my life is SpongeBob. I mean, there's stuff that I'll say that even just comes out and I don't even recognize that it's SpongeBob at first, but he's the legend himself. Simpsons, I would say, is pretty quotable. I feel like, it's just been around for 30 whatever seasons. And then if you count SNL as one, if you count that as a TV show, then there's a lot of stuff I would say on there.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff.
What takes
What was
now,
that?
Trebek?
All right, and then movies, I'll mention 3. Anchorman has got to be up there because it's just hilarious. We'll go with Pulp Fiction's probably one of the most quotable movies that's common among people. It's not necessarily me.
No,
but
yeah.
there's just so many lines from that. It's same with Casablanca. There's so many lines from that people say or know that's got to be up there. But for me personally, it's probably Anchorman. If we count Star Wars as a broad one, then it's all the time. Yeah, and then I like Big Lebowski. I quote that a lot. Dude abides.
I use a Big Lebowski gift today. I was pretty proud of it.
Yep.
TV shows, I agree with Parker on The Office. I'm rewatching it again.
I'm on the fourth round right now.
Yeah, it makes me laugh now, and I've seen it multiple times.
It just doesn't get old.
No, it doesn't. It's amazing.
There's new stuff that you don't hear the first, second time. You're like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And
you laugh. And then How I Met Your Mother. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I've never seen that. I know what it is, obviously, but I've never seen it.
Some of Barney's stuff that he says is hilarious, and I use sometimes.
Which actor is Barney?
Neil Tyler something.
Neil
Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah. And then TV. Oh, another one I use a bunch, especially with Griffin, is Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
What
is it? Not today.
Not today. We don't use that one as much, but what are you doing is I drink and I know things. That's what I do. That's a big one. And then the one where Braun's sitting on top of a wall and he's talking about the Unsullied Army.
Well, we're big fans of Braun.
Oh, big fans. Yeah, that's most of our stuff comes from Braun. But when he's talking about you wouldn't find me fighting in an army with no male genitalia, that one, what's left to fight for? It's great stuff. Movies. I use Bull Durham a lot because obviously I'm around the baseball field a lot. So, I mean, they have no idea, but the kids so I'll yell something out and they have no idea, but it's hilarious.
Mhm.
So I'll get a laugh from Dan the Man or somebody.
Well, that's the goal.
It's always the goal.
I don't think I ever made that guy laugh.
Oh yeah, that's our goal every time we go down there it's how many times I can make Dan laugh in front of Furlong and Peters. And then another movie that I quote a bunch. Probably the top one, Forrest Gump's up there. And then I don't know, I just push them all together. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I kind of do too, and I don't even know that I'm saying it sometimes. Sometimes it's just spontaneous.
I mean, like The Dark Knight, I use a bunch.
Yeah, yeah, I do too.
The Avengers, Peyton and I use that all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
What about Airplane? That's quotable.
I've never seen Airplane, but okay.
Really?
I have.
Yeah, you should watch it. You have, Parker?
It's a movie someone else hasn't seen, so that's good.
I know, nice. Or Ferris Bueller's quotable.
I haven't seen that in forever, so I can't. But
Netflix.
in movies, is it on there? Okay, maybe I'll take that. Maybe I'll give that a look. Yeah. Like we said, I've watched so many movies that they just run together, and I have no idea when they come from.
Yeah.
But I use
Austin
them all.
Powers, the 3 movies from there I quote a lot also.
Yeah, the Austin Powers is good.
Monty Python, I use a bunch.
Oh yeah, Monty Python. You're right. Mean Girls, a lot of people like that. I like Mean Girls.
I mean, I haven't seen it, so
Yeah.
It's quality. Trying to think if there's any other ones that come to mind.
I use a lot of quotes from movies that people haven't seen. I use a lot of Lord of the Rings quotes, but they don't know they're from Lord of the Rings.
Well, because nobody has time to sit down for 9 hours to watch all of them. Now they do.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys watch Star Wars, so they probably have 2 days worth of movies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Star Wars.
Well, Star Wars is a given.
50 right now.
We could have a conversation, and people that haven't seen Star Wars would have no idea what we're talking about, but
Correct.
we know exactly what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. That's a skill, I think.
Yeah. It's like when I talk with Griffin all the time, and my mom's there, and she has no idea what's going on because it's just slinging quotes left and right, and she has no idea, and she feels left out, and we feel bad, but I mean, still.
I think the best part is that like when we're talking like this, sometimes it's hard to even remember a quote, but then when we're talking normally without even thinking about it, it just flies.
It does. But I mean that when I was younger, my mom didn't let me play video games. And then whenever I go hang out with anyone that lived in my neighborhood,
Mhm.
there was just a group of us, probably 10 people who would just go out and play and stuff. All they talk about is Minecraft. So I didn't really have a whole lot of quality talks with people in my neighborhood. So yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're right when you mentioned The Office. The Office is so quotable, and it's just flat out nonsense. So, do you think that's the one that you have the most?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I say that's what she said probably 20 times a day. I mean, I don't know. And then Creed Bratton was my
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then I don't know. There are quotes for every single situation on there.
Sure.
So
that's how I feel about SpongeBob. 1 minute I'll be saying, "But it's not my wallet," and then the next minute I'll just be saying, "Did you just roll in from Stupid Town?"
Oh man, that's tough.
All right. Any closing remarks from anyone?
No, man. You have a blessed rest of your evening. I'll pound out some toy.
Did it right there, didn't you?
What?
Isn't that from? Is it Handmaid's Tale?
You have a blessed evening? No, I haven't seen that for months.
I think that's a quote from something, though.
I don't know, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume someone said it before.
I'm sure the Pope has said it before. So I'm not saying it. Have a blessed rest of your day. That's a Pope thing to say.
That is. What do you think he's doing right now?
He's the man. He's probably chilling in the Sistine Chapel, praying up a storm, and he's like, he probably prays for like 5 hours, and then he's like chilling, and he's like the wealthiest person on the earth, and he is. I mean,
Is that true?
I don't think that's a thing.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Jeff Bezos.
Absolutely.
Jeff Bezos can freaking buy that.
Runs his own country.
Oh, country population like one.
Country. It's the smallest country in the world.
Yeah,
exactly. How many
it's
people
like
can say that?
Power and money.
You don't think that the jewels in Vatican City could be turned into wealth, and all the gold that's in there, and all the literature that's in there? Like, you don't think that's you don't think
This
that's
isn't
wealth?
the Wizard of Oz.
The literature? Oh my!
618 people live in Vatican City.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
just that's like a college professor.
can Jeff Bezos say that he is the leader of a country?
Jeff Bezos, darn near, he can.
No, but he can't though. Like, it's the only place where you're elected by other people that don't live there.
So how does that make him the wealthiest?
Because he got elected.
No.
I mean,
Remember, Parker, he's running the country, so that makes him the wealthiest.
Okay. The Sistine Chapel is probably like, he has art on the ceiling that is like the most expensive piece of art, or the second most expensive piece of art.
Behind Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's on the ceiling. So like that's like the biggest flex of all time. Like, hey, look, I have the second most important piece of art in ever, and it's right there.
Jeff Bezos can probably buy that.
No.
What do you mean no? He's not going to, and they would never allow that to be sold.
There you go. If it can't be sold, then that's how you know. That's how you know it's expensive. If it's so good that it can't be sold for a certain dollar amount, then you know it's priceless, and that's how he's the richest man in the world, because he has priceless items.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing. Because a lot of people have priceless items.
Yeah, but they didn't contribute to the biggest religion on the planet.
I mean,
it's like he has like $150 billion. You don't think that can contribute to some religion?
He could probably start a cult, but who would follow that guy? I mean, Amazon probably is
$150 million.
Amazonians, isn't that what Wonder Woman is? Yeah, that's what I thought. Huh. What a turn.
It's the Pope. It's got to be the Pope. He just doesn't flex it as much as Jeff Bezos does.
Okay, wait.
Have you seen his car? He's standing in his car and he's just rolling around like it's nobody's business.
I didn't even know the Pope could drive.
No, the Pope doesn't. I'm sure he can, but no, the Pope's the man.
The Pope net worth is $80 million.
No, it's not. That's a lot.
So Steph Curry's making more than the Pope.
Yeah, Pope Francis himself, but like the Pope, like the person in office of the Pope.
You're saying the role.
Yeah, the role is he's the most powerful, or the richest man in the world.
Jeff Bezos is more powerful.
No, he's not.
If he says Amazon's shut down tomorrow,
this world's irrelevant.
Life in the United States changes.
If the Pope says we're not, if the Pope says we're not going to buy from Amazon anymore, and the entire Catholic religion says, okay, what happens to Amazon?
Yeah, Connor's right on that. Like, I will take his side on that one.
Disappears
tomorrow.
So, yes.
Tomorrow, if the Pope just says, no, I don't want to do this anymore, life goes on.
Yeah, sure. So does Jeff Bezos, because they have other people that can just step up.
That's true also.
So, like, you're doing the same argument. But the Catholic world does shut down when the Pope just says, I don't want to do it, which has happened before.
Or if he makes a decision in general.
Right. he just shuts. Have you guys or do you remember when the Pope died? How like
How long ago was that?
I don't know when did the Pope die? 2002? No, useless. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I say Kobe Bryant's death was more moving, for me at least, than the
Well,
Pope.
because we're
Okay,
older.
for you and for certain people, but I have a very devout Catholic that he goes every Sunday, family friend, and when the Pope died, like he was crying,
Okay.
like for days. Like I don't think that nobody can do that. Like maybe, I guess Kobe Bryant, yes, very
Michael
sad.
Jackson.
I don't know though. Like
You do make a pretty
never.
interesting argument, I will say. I'm not saying you convinced me, and he's not even close in terms of his money worth to Jeff Bezos, like Parker said. But you did make an interesting point, saying, I mean, his decision making does affect everyone. If the Pope says tomorrow, I'm never watching a Disney movie again, Disney has a dent in their stocks immediately.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, you're right on that.
I guess I've never paid attention to
Dude,
the Pope.
the Pope is like, if he just says, "Hey, I don't want to watch TV anymore," and it's like not cool, like TV is like shut down.
Wait, so is this him telling people not to, or if he just says, no, I don't watch Disney anymore, then?
The Pope
It's
doesn't really
both.
come out with a whole lot of statements in general.
Right. But I'm just saying, if you were to say, like, I'm not watching Disney and I don't think it's right, or it's an example. If the Pope said, I don't think it's right to watch Disney, Disney, like, loses so much money, it's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, it's what happens when you not run, but you're the lead role of the largest religion on earth.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess people definitely lack respect for Jeff Bezos. Might be deserved. But, I mean, yeah, I guess Pope is rich in, like, respect and trustworthiness, stuff like that.
I mean, it's purely
But
hypothetical, that thing, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, he's probably the most influential person in the world.
okay.
I mean,
$550 billion.
I would rather have influence over 150 billion people than
That's pressure, though. I mean,
you thrive under pressure. I'll side with Connor on that one.
I don't thrive under pressure. You guys see me play high school baseball? So I'll take my money.
Oh man, no, but like, if the Pope is the most influential person on the planet. Not even a debate.
All right, that was a good. That was an interesting debate at the end.
There you go.
There we go. All right, this is the To Be Brutally Honest show. I think it was good show today.
Episode 4. No? Yeah, 4. Signing off.